želio pozdraviti sve sudionike kongresa kineskog govornog područja.
Talking about the first apparitions, I would like to greet all of you and to say that at the beginning I lived like every other normal child. I hadn't experienced a big faith because I believe that a 10-year-old child cannot have big faith. You want to do what your parents told you to do, to be good, to pray, to go to Holy Mass. I remember praying every night with my family, with my mom. I did not know that Our Lady could appear. I knew that Our Lady was in heaven, that God was in heaven, but I had to pray to them. But God wanted that. God has chosen me and God has chosen the other 5. I do not know why. And I believe that I'm a man, just like every other. But if God wanted something, you cannot say no to Him. I remember the first day when we were up below the hill of apparitions, when for the first time I saw a woman that was inviting us with her hand to come to the apparition hill. All the emotions were mixed and I felt desire to meet that person. That desire prevailed the fear and we went to the apparition hill. This is where something special took place. And I remember when I knelt down for the first time before Our Lady, when for the first time in my life I saw the most beautiful in my life. When I looked at her most beautiful eyes, such love, such peace, I was able to feel in those eyes. But at the same time, it was love that I experienced in my heart. Even the pilgrims are asking me how Our Lady is beautiful. It is in her eyes. When she's passing, what she experienced in her heart. That was the crucial moment when I felt her as my mother. When I loved her. I can say that I'm happy. I can say that I had a great privilege. I was able to spend my childhood with Our Lady when I was 10, to have the apparitions for 17 years. It is a long period. And through that period, you learn many things. You come closer to the faith. And you come to the goal, why Our Lady is here, and that the goal is Jesus Christ. Maybe there's something specific here, that I had a relationship with her. You could say that because we always think, people are saying, where is God? Why doesn't He help me? Especially in those difficult moments. God is always with us. I can say to you my example, what was my life with Our Lady, how God is preparing us for everything, that God is always with you. He never forgets you. So a little bit after 5 years, I lost my mom. Then a year afterwards, I lost my father. But then, I accepted her as my mother and God as my father. So I always knew that she is with me. We all suffer. Sometimes you feel God's hand that says to you, you're not alone. I'm with you. And I remember when Our Lady said that she would not come. She would have apparitions once a year. Then I asked her, the first thing that I asked myself, what did I do wrong? What is that I didn't do, that Our Lady will not come to me anymore? But then Our Lady is teaching me. So many times she repeated in Medjugorje, pray and you will receive all of the answers. And through prayer, I got to know that it is not important to see Our Lady with the heavenly eyes. And always to have them in our hearts. I have the most beautiful gifts for the Christmas. And for me, it's a beautiful gift from God that I am able to see Our Lady on that day.
to je nešto prelijepo. Iako
That is something beautiful.
svaki dan u svome srcu, ja znam da je ona sa mnom uvijek u svakom
I feel that she's with us.
upravo i sada je s nama.
She's with us now.
Cijela godina jedna priprema.
But the whole year is preparation for that day.
Obično to ukazanje bude za Božić.
Usually that apparition is for Christmas in my family, because I want to share that joy with my family.
I ono što je možda čudno kada počne ukazanje,
And what is strange when the apparitions start,
onih 17 godina koje sam proveo sa Gospodom.
as the movie that I spent with Our Lady for 17 years passes by me,
Poruke koje mi je dala.
all the messages she gave me, when you look at her, when you look at her beauty,
Daje jednu veliku snagu da ideš
this gives you great power to go on, to go forward, to fight in this life. Because we know that in this life there's nothing. We need to fight, we need to struggle, but we need to, what is strongest, hardest, is that when the apparition finishes, then you need to accept that you need to stay in this world, you need to live in this world. And what helps us the most is the prayer that we can accept everything and continue.
su, a mogu reći,
Mary's hands
Medjugorja,
is fruit of Medjugorje.
jedan plod zahvale prema Gospodinu,
It is the fruit of thanksgiving to God, the thanksgiving of God for all of the gifts that He gave me here. It is easiest to witness with our words. It is easiest to come out and to speak. But I believe that when we live genuine faith, we need to show that in our deeds, because the faith without deeds is not a faith. And exactly because of that gratitude for God, I can give thanks to God for all of the gifts He gave me. That is why we have the association Mary's Hands. Then unfortunately now, but thanks be to God that there is someone, that there are people who want to help those who are most in need, to help those who are poor. And when we say the poor, usually we think about material things.
tako smo vođeni,
That is how we were led. That is what we are like as people. But I believe that what is most needed to those who are poor is our love towards Him, that they may feel loved, that they're not alone, that someone takes care of them, that He is important to someone, and then the other type of aid would come. Thank God that now we take care of 600 families. We help them in everything. I would not like to emphasize something special, but we're based on not just one thing, but we're based on everything. But I always say there are volunteers who do that. There are about 60 of us now. And I say to all of the volunteers, first, we need to show that we are close to them, that we are with them, that we love them. And then we need to help them in all other ways. Because I believe that a hug does not cost us, a smile does not cost us, a warm word. Pray with these people, and sometimes this is more important to them than all other material things. Even though you're not with us now here in Medjugorje, yet you are with us. Because what is always bringing closer all of us who are here in Medjugorje, that is prayer.
iako
I would like to invite you all then, even though you may be far, please open your hearts to Our Lady. How many times Our Lady repeated here in her messages, "Dear children, it is enough for your hearts to be opened. The rest I will do myself." So during the time of the conference, let us open our hearts to Our Lady. Let us open our hearts towards Jesus, that He may reign in our lives, that He may rule in our lives, that we may say yes to Him and to Our Lady. And one other thing I would like to say is a beautiful message of Our Lady, who expresses her immense love to us when she said to us, "Dear children, if you knew how much I love you, you would have cried of joy." Let us ask ourselves, have we ever cried of joy because she has this immense love for us that Our Lady and God have to all of us?